Hi, my name's Kevin Olin. This is Jack Smith. And you know what? A lot of times people come to us and say, I want to be there to help out my friends when they're going through some stuff. Jack, how do you help out your friends when they're going through some stuff?
Don't give them advice.
Don't give them advice.
I know that sounds silly, but advice comes from a place of your own knowledge, your own experiences, your own temperaments and personalities. So if your friend's going through something, let's say Kevin, he's really introverted, I'm really extroverted. So if Kevin's going through something and I want to give him advice, I'm going to give him advice based on my extroverted personality. That might not work well for him. I might be giving him bad advice. So a lot of times I think when you're trying to help out a friend, you got to know who your friend is and what kind of advice they need, not necessarily advice that you would give yourself.
Being there for your friends is a very complicated thing. I like to begin by being there.
That'd be a good start.
That's a good place. And really, oftentimes when you're going through stuff, someone to go through it with you, someone to listen to you, someone to just be present. Because we weren't made to be alone. And whenever you go through hard things, depression says you want to get away from people. Anxiety says you don't want to do this in front of people. But really, whenever you have people with you, even if they're just there, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I think what Kevin said is right. Being there for somebody. A lot of times in counseling even, I'd say most of the time in counseling I'm helping people and talking people through things. But a lot of times just being there listening to somebody as they talk through it, they can stumble upon the answers themselves. And sometimes just being a good listener, an active listener, somebody who cares and is there to support them while they're talking through it, just being there could actually be beneficial to them as they talk through that and find out the answers that they're looking for on their own.
Throughout the book of Job, very rarely did his friends do it right. But there are a few instances where he was going through stuff and they were there. They weren't talking, but they were there. There's this thing that I do. Jack doesn't do this, but I do this. Sometimes when people are talking to me, I go into fixing things mode, where I'm like, okay, this is the problem. This is how I'd fix it. Just like what Jack was saying about advice. Let me fix your problems for you. Really, we're not in your context. We're not going to feel the consequences of what you know what I would say to your boss?
Here's what you should tell your wife.
Don't do that. Whereas sometimes you need to listen, sometimes you need to fix. And so kind of distinguishing what it is that they need at the time is a wisdom thing, because when I get anxious, I don't want to sit quietly, but sometimes that's the perfect answer.
Yeah. So just be careful of when your friend comes to you, be the help that they need by realizing this is what they need from me, not what can I do for them. You look at it as how can I serve my friend here by being a good listener.
You're asking the right questions. How do I be there for my friends? And if they have that, they have the starts of a fantastic support system in you. So keep doing that and keep looking for ways to point them in the right direction by really just being there, helping them to have a good sounding board. If you want some more discussion, don't say advice.
No.
If you want some more help with how to be there for people when they're going through things, well, sometimes counseling is a good thing to help you to become more equipped for the context that you're in. Call Jack up, call me up, and we'd love to talk to you.